Actually, I have a little heater over here. Little heater that I take camping, that I heat I can't heat the garage up. But for video purposes, I've left the garage open so I have enough light in here to show you what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I would have the garage all closed up, just have the light on and have that little heater on. But it's only, what, 35 degrees outside, so it's alright. Now I've got the chain spray to clean the chain cleaner. And since I'm in Germany, I have to buy German things. It's called Kettenreiniger. Motorrad Kettenspray. So this is Kettenreiniger. So it's motorcycle chain cleaner. And I'm going to use this one. I have another can. It's like, it's almost gone anyways. So I'm going to use this to spray on the chain to get it all soaked really nice. I have the cardboard set up here so it doesn't fly all onto the garage floor or whatever. And then after I do that and after I scrub it all off with this as well, then I'm going to use this cloth. I always sacrifice one cloth. And then I'm going to get in there and get it real good and up in the sprocket, all up in there and all that up, so. And then I'm going to use this one. This is called Kettensprühfett. This is, it says for Motorräder. This just means chain spray fat. So spray fat for your chain, and then it says for Motorräder, for motorcycles, because they also have them for bicycles. You don't want to get one that says for Fahrräder. If you go in there, you get one that says for Fahrräder, and you have a motorcycle. That's not going to work, because this one right here, it says geeignet für OZ und X-Ring-Ketten. So it's recommended for O, Z, and X-ring chains, and it's all in German, of course. It's not going to be any English translation on there, but fuck it, it's all basically the same shit, just not a rocket scientist. And then it says, okay, I use this one all the time. I got an empty one over there, but I take this and spray this all on. I have rubber gloves over there too, but I don't plan on touching the chain with this left hand anyways. First I want to make sure it's gonna move freely and not get on that cardboard. Then I want to get up in there and get it all soaked here. Some people like to do it from the other side too. I'm not gonna do it. I want to get down inside the chains. That's good. And another thing I don't spray it near the rear here, near the tire, because I don't want all chemicals on there. Then I'm going to take this one right here, and I'm going to turn I'll move the cardboard out of the way now. This stuff is highly flammable, so I suggest if you smoke someplace else. And then get that up in there with this brush. I got this brush off of Amazon. It cost me like less than €2 with the shipping. It was less than €2. I waited for the special to come up, because they're normally like €5 or €6, so they're like 3 times the price. Then I do it like this. Then I turn it around like that, and then I let it get over there. And the brush has bristles on 3 sides, so it gets the sides and the top of the chain at the same time. And since I'm not satisfied with just leaving it like this, I like to, you can tell it's like the chain fat has like liquefied on there, so let's stick this back on there. Put my generic system in the way here. Alright, then I'm gonna spray it once more. Everybody does it like they want. This works for me. And I've done this every 500 kilometers. Oh, look at that fat coming up. I've done this every 500 kilometers, almost without fail. It dripped all over. Almost without fail, with no real problems. And this you want to do carefully because you don't want your hand to get bind up inside there. But I like to just take it and go all over there. I always sacrifice one nice terry cloth for it, which they don't cost that much, and you do it every 500 kilometers, it's not so bad. I like to have a nice clean chain, especially if I'm putting it up for the winter. Look at that. There we go. Good, Gregory, good. Now the saddest thing about this is the motorcycle has to stay here for 5 months in the garage all alone, baby. But you'll be all cleaned up, all ready to go. And another thing too, I know you're thinking, wouldn't you change your oil before you put the bike up for the winter? But I've already changed the oil. And this is what I've used. Oh shit, my Bluetooth loudspeaker. I use Castrol Power 10W40 4T, so 4-tact for motorcycles. I already changed it out. It took 2.8 liters. I think the manual calls for this CBR500R 2.7 liters. I put in 2.8 and I checked it with the sight glass every time, and 2.8 got it right between the lines, just a little bit above middle, so I was satisfied with it. I've ridden it, tested it out, no problems. New oil filter. I use the same brand oil filter as the workshop used on that exact same brand. Cost €10. It costs exactly €10. Not €10 and 5 cents, €10 20 cents. Costs exactly €10. With Amazon Prime shipping. You get Amazon Prime, all that stuff comes. And so I put that on there. Everybody has their own stuff, you know, they like to do. Some people use a K&N oil filter and air filter, and some people use a K&N oil filter, and it's some special brand of cleaner. They use, you know, the same types. Like this is a different name brand from the spray fat, and it doesn't matter. But what I'm gonna do is gonna take a break, because I'm gonna get in here and get under here, clean the sprocket off, get all up under there too. So it's just tedious stuff. It's not so exciting. Okay, so the video is exciting, but it's nice, and I like to go around before I put it up for the winter and check everything. I have all aftermarket things on here, aftermarket license plate holder. So I like to go through and check the lights, the cables. I check the blinkers. These frame sliders I put on, I like to double check those, make sure everything is all working the way it should work, and nothing is loose. And so that way when spring comes, when April 1st rolls around, I can just hop on. Oh man, it's like a scratch right there. I didn't even see that. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna need some touch-up stuff on there. One season, it's like, held up pretty good for a budget bike. Alright, let me get to the menial things. It's all menial, but let me get to this other stuff, and that's kind of bothering me. But anyways, another thing some people might be talking about is the battery. Aren't you gonna take the battery out take it inside, leave it so it's warmed up. No, I didn't do it last year, and I'm not going to do it this year either. Some people take the battery out, take it inside, put it on a trickle charger and leave it for 5 months and then come back and start up. Last year what I did was I had a motorcycle. Once a month I would come out and run it for 10 or 15 minutes, and I did that for 4 months or so, and when April came around, it fired up, I rode off, that's it. No problems with the battery, battery's healthy. Who knows, 20 years down the line I might need a new battery. No, just messing with it. But I have a charging cable here. Goes to the battery. It's wired up to the battery. A lot of you seen these before. Looks like the solar power adapter things. They got a name, I don't know what they're called. But this connector here, and I have it wired up under the seat. All up under the seat, connects to the battery. And I use this Black & Decker charger, 6 volt, 12 volt. Then I plug it into the wall, of course. And then I just take this and I just plug it in like this. And then I plug it into the wall and it charges up. But I'm not going to be leaving it on here for 5 months to trickle charge, because that's total bullshit. It's total BS. It's not necessary. You can stick this thing on the trickle charger there and charge it up basically once a month. And this small battery here, it probably only needs less than an hour. Less than an hour a month, trickle charge, boom, it's good. If you're leaving it outside in the cold snow, you know, okay, it's something different. But in here in this garage, okay, it's gonna get cold. I'm not gonna use the heater, but it'll get cold, but no colder than it was last year. And so, but anyways, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna run it on over here, and then I'll just have it come out here. Make sure it's on 12 volts. And then when I need to, I'll just plug it in and everything. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the camera with me over here and show you on this other side. Okay. On this other side, of course, I've got my son's Mini. I've stuck a piece of cloth. That's not a good angle for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've stuck a piece of cloth down inside the muffler there. Okay. I've stuck a piece of cloth inside there, just so, who knows what, a mouse doesn't crawl in there and die, and then when I start up, you know, it shoots out up against the wall. Who knows? I don't know. But it keeps insects out and whatever. I doubt anything's gonna get in here anyways. But, and then to keep me from starting the motorcycle up in the spring without looking first, I taped over the ignition and I put muffler there, so that way I know, ooh, I need to check that muffler. Alright. Okay. Not so good with walking around with that whole giant tripod sticking all out. So there's Diablo 2. And he's almost ready to go to sleep. Good night, Diablo 2. See you in the spring. I'm just joking with you. I gotta cover it up first. Two blocks over there. There's the back. All right. Blah. Now it's time